Welcome back to Style of Play Football. What a performance last night by Morocco. What a performance by France as well. Let's have that right. Before we get into the video, please go and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. And make sure you give this video a like as well before you leave. Now, we had Argentina, Croatia the night before. Last night was... I want to give Morocco the credit, first of all, because they went into this game, the underdogs. I said they had to take the game to France. I believe they did that, especially more so as the game went on. But they just lacked a little bit of experience. They were very inexperienced in that final third. I felt they could have done a lot more going forward, being in the right place in the box, waiting for that final pass, waiting for the ball to come into the box. And I felt they just needed that. Wasn't surprised with the lineups. I thought the lineups were spot on. I thought you can't really change things in knockout football. But yeah, I mean, I do feel for Morocco. They deserve to at least go to the final, because I feel they were the better team last night. And this is the thing with France. I mean, and we can talk about Argentina in the same way. You know, both teams have not really lit up this World Cup for me. I mean, Argentina have just gone about their business, and the same for France. They've gone about their business and done what they need to do. And you look at both those teams, they've both got, you know, elite players in them, Messi and Mbappe. You know, even last night, I thought Griezmann deservingly man of the match for me. You know, I know a lot of the Liverpool fans were shouting for Konate, but I thought, for me, Griezmann was everywhere. I'd love to see his heat map, because he was literally everywhere on that pitch. And defensive duties, attacking duties, midfield as well. And for a player that was known to be, you know, an attacker at one point, he's almost adapted this new role in midfield. For me personally, he's more, you know, he does a lot of that work in midfield, you know, bringing that ball forward, linking up the play. And he does that really well. So for me, Antoine Griezmann was one of the best players on the pitch. But in terms of Morocco, I thought they started well. You know, they were unlucky with the goal, the early goal. You know, I think Saiss. Look, I'll say it. I think Saiss should have sat that one out, that game. I think he tried to come into this game. Obviously, you know, I think he's captain for Morocco. He doesn't want to miss it. It's a massive game. Is he ever going to get this opportunity again? I get it. But, you know, the last game that they played, you know, he was heavily strapped up on his hamstring. And again, last night, same hamstring, same heavily strapped up. You know, sometimes you just got to sit the game out. As much as you don't want to do that, but for the sake of the team, you have to sit the game out, because, you know, he was probably kind of at fault, I think, especially from one of the chances. I don't think they scored from it, France, but leading up to that goal, the first goal, you know, they were at fault for it, man. And I think, you know, Theo Hernandez was unmarked as well, I think, for the goal. Lovely goal from him. One of the players that I said would struggle in the game actually was really good to an extent going forward. And I think he was given that luxury to do that because of the fact that Ziyech was trying to get forward as much as he was, and Hakimi was trying to get forward as much as he was, especially when they played as a five at the back until the subs were changed for Saiss and it went back to a back four. But they were trying to get forward, Morocco, and I think that gave Hernandez the license to go forward and get into those critical spaces in the pitch as well. And they've done that really well. Brilliant goal from Hernandez. Starts the game really well for France. But then credit to Morocco, because they came back. You know, they kept plugging and pushing, and they were trying to get a goal. You could see that. And, you know, there was a moment when I think Buffal had the ball. And I mean, if you go onto the Twitter account, I'll put the link in the description. You'll see the video that I'm talking about. There's a moment in the game where Theo Hernandez has the ball. He loses control of the ball. His follow-on leg, so his right leg, I think it is, lunges into Buffal. Buffal's just stood there. He hasn't gone in for a challenge. He hasn't gone in to try and, you know, he hasn't done anything. He's just stood there. He's waiting for the ball. Looks like he's going to make a tackle. He doesn't make one. It looks like he's going to make a tackle. And the ref books Buffal. And I don't get it. How can you book the player? How can you book the player that hasn't done anything? If that's outside the pen, outside the box, that's a foul to Morocco. That's a foul to Morocco. I mean, I personally, I don't see how I mean, the refereeing for me this World Cup has been shocking anyway. I'm not going to single out one ref. I think, a ref giving 17 yellow cards in the game's crazy. Some of the decisions in the England-France game were crazy, and other games as well. I think there was a penalty that Argentina took, and one of the players was in the box when the ball was being kicked. So there's a lot of stuff that VAR should be picking up on, but that is a crucial one for me. That's a crucial one. We've seen them given in the Premier League 100% where, the defender's got the ball, he loses control, he's not in control of the ball, he lunges in, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty. I can't believe that they missed that. But I do think, had they got that, Morocco, had they got that penalty, had they scored that penalty, we would have been talking about a totally different game. Because I think Morocco had their tails up, even when France scored that first goal, going into that second half. They were looking to score. Morocco was still looking to, even though they were 1-0 down, even though Mbappe wasn't tracking back and he was playing off that last defender, he was waiting for the counter-attack. France were allowing Morocco to have the ball, and they were waiting. They were waiting for another goal, France. But Morocco were going forward. Hakimi was going forward. As I said before, Buffel. We've got to give Amrabat a little mention as well, because he was solid in midfield for them. I did call it out in the preview. He is solid for Morocco. I know he's been linked with a lot of Premier League and other European clubs as well, but he's someone that I think will get a deal. He'll get a signing somewhere big in the summer, if not in the next couple of weeks. But there was just something missing from Morocco, and I don't know if it was just the inexperience of being in that position, being at that level, that pressure of getting to the final. Just having someone killer in front of goal. And I did feel that was En-Nesyri, who didn't really have the best of games. I think he got subbed off late into the second half. But they had chances, Morocco. They had very good chances. I think there was a couple of chances where they just got to put the foot through the ball and test Lloris. I said this yesterday. They have to test Lloris, and they did that a couple of times. They had a really good opportunity, I think, in both halves. But, there were so many times where they've got the ball, just take the shot on. Just take the shot on and test the goalkeeper. They're taking the ball into the box and they're taking, 20, 30 chances, tying themselves up in knots. Just take a shot. Because if you take the shot, it gives the goalkeeper something to do. You never know, it could take a wicked deflection and go into the goal. I don't think Morocco can go out this competition and feel that they haven't done enough. I think they've done more than what everyone expected them to do. And I think they've got a really good squad. And if they can keep hold of some of those players or, retain the majority of the squad and even increase it in the next 4 years, we could be talking about a really good Moroccan side, going into that next World Cup if they can qualify for it. They're a really good, you can tell that they're well organised. They're a really good squad, but I just think they lack a killer in front of goal, someone who's going to be able to take that game and just put the ball in the back of the net. They need someone like that. And I think that is En-Nesyri. I think that is him. But I think sometimes experience at those big pressure moments comes into play, and they just didn't have that. They didn't have that last night. So I do think that Morocco have done really well in this tournament. I think they can hold their heads high. They've done really well as a team, as a collective. But you just noticed on the night, that little bit of experience, even for the second goal for France, them coming in and Kolo Muani getting the goal. He was in the right position off Mbappe's ball, a bit of dazzling skill from Mbappe. Kolo Muani literally just there in the right place. And this is the difference between Morocco and France. Morocco would not have had someone on that back post waiting for that ball to come in. And France did in Kolo Muani. So brilliant performance by France. Sets up an interesting final between Argentina and France. It's going to be a difficult game for both. I think it's going to be quite an edgy game, and this is why I think I wanted Morocco in the final, because I think neither team out of Argentina and France is going to try and go for this. There's going to be a lot of reserved football, I think, in this game. No one's want to go forward and break forward and try and very defensive, I think, in both camps, I think, for the final. But there is a third and fourth place final taking place as well with Croatia and Morocco. So there is still a bit of World Cup football to look forward to until the final. I think that's the day before the final on a Saturday. I'm not 100% on that, so double check that. But what a World Cup we've had so far. We've had some ups and downs, some shockers, some brilliant performances, some dazzling skill. And there's still a lot more to come in the 2 games that we have available to us this weekend. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Unfortunate for Morocco, you know, they're not in the final, but make sure you like. Let me know your thoughts on the penalty decision as well. Was the referee right for that, or did he get it wrong? In my opinion, he was 100% wrong. He should be a penalty, but let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. Make sure you go to our Twitter account and hit the link in the description to take you straight there. Make sure you give us a follow on Twitter as well. We will have the Instagram up pretty soon as well. This has been T. Style of Play Football. Thank you very much for watching the video.